first of all, you want to go into Google, and I'll probably leave links to everything that I type up. You want to go to halomaps.org. You want to go to halomaps.org. I don't know why I can't type all of a sudden. Type in Halo Maps and you'll see halomaps.org. You want to go there, and it's gonna load like for like 30 years because my internet is being fluky. And then you want to go to Halo CE Maps, what I'm hovering over right now, and then you want to go to scroll down. You want to scroll down first of all, and then you want to go here to Halo Custom Edition game, and you'll scroll down, and whatever language you speak, you download that game. But everybody usually, well, most people that watch my video speak English, so you want to click the English version of the game. Sorry for that hard click. And then you want to scroll down and click download. So it's going to be a 20-second wait. Once the 20 seconds is up, then it'll go to a folder. I mean, it'll download the game and it'll pop up here. And you wait for that to download. After that's done, you go to Halo CE official game files, and then you download this patch here. And it's made by, the author is Bungie, so you have nothing to worry about. The author is Bungie. It's official, and there's nothing wrong with it. They co-released it with Roger Wolfson because the community was requesting it. So you download that, and same as the installer, you wait the 20 seconds. So once the installer is done, I don't have it. I'm gonna actually re-download it here. It's gonna tell me I already have it. Actually, no, I can't. It's because it's gonna tell me I already have it. Once the downloader is finished, actually, it'll pop up a screen, and I can't show it because I already downloaded the game, and it'll just say startup. But once that starts, it'll say enter a CD key, and the CD keys aren't really hard to find. For that, you just search up Halo CD key because they're all over the internet. And you can get one from everywhere. See this site here, the first one has a bunch of different keys. You can get some from the Steam community that have keys too, so it should be keys like there's one key, and there's also some keys on these other pages which I'm not gonna go through. And this no, this is fake. Don't go to this page. I think this is the fake. Yeah, that's a fake one. So you see they have keys here. Community, we mod, Halo. They have a bunch of keys here you can use. Like most of them should work more than once, so if your friend wants to play, you can give them a key. And then they have keys. You just keep going. They have keys on every single page, almost on every page. Somebody probably just giving one out there. Like really, they're super easy to find. There's nothing hard, tricky about this part. So once you get that, it'll send you to a page that says install to certain users or Gamespy Arcade, all that stuff. Well, at the bottom of it, you're gonna see Gamespy Arcade. It's gonna be checked. You wanna uncheck Gamespy Arcade because Gamespy Arcade got shut down a long time ago. That's why the servers had to get the patch 10 update, because they're running off their own little client. But Gamespy got shut down, so you want to uncheck that and make sure it's not checked, and then set the game to install, and it should be done. Once it's done, I'm gonna go to my games folder. Once it's done, it'll be on your desktop like this. It'll look like this, Halo Custom Edition. That will be it. And then what you can do then, now that the game is done, is the patch that we downloaded before, the patch here, let me go and find it. Halo CE files. This patch that we got, this one here, you want to open that and run the patch now that everything is done. After you finish running the patch, it'll load and do all that nonsense, and then you can start this game up. But before we actually play this game, you want to do some stuff. So what you want to do then is, after I set up vid mode, which I'm going to show you how to do. Oops, I did not mean to start that up. Actually, I started up Halo, and I'll leave this in the description as well. You put a space after the target, after these quotations, and you put dash vid mode space, and then your resolution. So if you got a 1920 by 1080, you will put 1920. I can't really see this dark. 1920 by 1080. 1080. Oops, 1080. So, and then that's 60 frames. 1920 by 1080 at 60 frames. So you can set this to like 120 frames, 630 frames, whatever you want. But I put mine at 900, 1600, 60 frames. So let me put my resolution back. 900, 1600, because that's what I have. 1600, and then there, that's what you have. So you put 1080 by put 1920 by 1080. And you make sure don't forget the commas, so you put commas, and then you put space, and then we're gonna need this later, so you're gonna put dash console, so that way you can open up the console. And if you want to play in window mode, because you don't want to play in full screen, just put another thing and then put dash window. You can put dash window or windowed, it doesn't matter. I think windowed is preferred, so you just apply that. So I'm going to do now. I play in 60 frames per second, that's what I lock it at. And then click OK. So now that we got that, we actually want to start up the game. So you're going to start up the game, which I want to do now. I'll restart it. And then you want to create a new profile. After you go to, you can do this in multiplayer too. So once you actually go to, since you're a new player, once you go to multiplayer, here I'll just delete my profile actually. I'll delete my profile because that doesn't really matter. So once you delete your profile, you go to multiplayer, and it'll actually make a thing. So I'll put Alpha117 of course. And as soon as it creates profile, you can just leave the game, just exit the game. So after you've exited the game, you want to go to your documents. You want to go to documents, and here we have in documents we will have, where is it? I gotta find it. We will have Microsoft games. Like I'm looking for my games actually. My games. You want to go to my games. So then you should have Halo CE somewhere in here. And since you got that, you'll see this. You'll see all this. You'll see all of this here. This is what you'll see. This is what we need to get. Hack. So with hack is this. I'll show you what we have for hack. For hack, we get all this stuff. You won't see this because this is mine. I'll actually leave mine in the description with a link because I don't want you to have to go through the process of downloading. But it comes with the packs, which is Halo Reach zip, Halo 4 zip, and Halo 3 zip. I'll explain those later. And then this is where your maps that you download go. So I have all these maps downloaded. And then how this works is this thing here called release. We will go to the open file location for Halo, and then we will go to controls. Now in controls, we go to the release zip, take out something out of the release zip. Freaking remember why. Release zip called the loader. You don't need redeem. Readme. You don't need readme. Go to loader and you drag loader into the controls. Close that. Once that's closed, you want to take hack, and like we did before, let me go back to my documents. So after you put release and controls in the Halo, you go back to my games, Halo CE, and in Halo CE you just drag the hack folder that I'm going to place in the description. You drag it in here, and then in there should, like I said before, in there should be, where's my hack? Oh yeah, I forgot. That's the wrong thing. Let me drag my hack back in there actually because I took this out. So in the hack folder should be the packs. Halo Reach zip, Halo 4 zip, and Halo 3 zip. Now that we got all those in there, we will be able to do anything basically. So let's go into Halo C and see what we do for hack. So since you have hack enabled, you'll see optic pack loaded. So click the console button, which is next to 1 on the left of 1, and you will type optic load and either Halo Reach, or if you don't want Halo Reach, you type optic load Halo 3 or optic load Halo 4, which I'm not going to type because I don't want to. So I'm going to put my Halo Reach back on because that's the one I had it to. Halo Reach. So you're going to type Halo, unlabeled to load optic pack. Hold on. Optic load Halo Reach. Alright, so my pack's open. And then after that, you'll be able to go in multiplayer and go to internet and refresh, and you know, all the servers and stuff will pop up in the players. It's really late at night, so it's not a lot of players on, as you see, but I'm going to turn it off. So what you can do is press F1, and F1 through 4 is basically in-game stuff. F5 I believe is to bookmark servers. F6 is to look at bookmarked, I think. No, it's to change hood and stuff, or FOV. It's a bunch of different things so you just gotta experiment with it. I'm not actually sure what you can do with them. That's just in-game. That's what hack does for you. He does all that extra stuff just to make the game fun again. So you can close that because you actually don't need it. after that, I think you're pretty much set. You have Halo C. So let's go back to actually let's go back to halomaps.org, because there's some stuff on there we can do. Halo product key. I'll just start from here because I don't actually know where to start. So let's just go back to halomaps.org. On halomaps.org, we have also stuff for Halo 2, but I'll explain that later. We have maps you can download. So they have the Memoria campaign, which is really fun. The modified single player maps. So they're just regular single player maps or fan-made single player maps that you can play. You got the the custom single player maps, which is essentially just things people make. Takedown Project Lawson was really fun. I enjoyed that. Multiplayer maps with AI, so multiplayer maps in general. Open yellow sauce, I'm not going to actually get into that because I don't understand it myself. I just know it's good and a lot of people use it. Custom UI, this is big. So with custom UI, you can change the way your game looks. You can just change the interface of it. So with the UI, you see how they have like the Halo Reach thing. With the UI, when you download UI, you just replace it like this. You go to the open file, maps, and there should be a thing in here called UI.map. You just drag that out because you don't want to delete this. You want to drag it and save it somewhere you can find it, and then drag the new UI back in there, and it'll just change the way the game looks. Also with downloaded maps, as I said on the site, you put the downloaded maps on it, and here you just drag this folder. It says Halo 2 because I have Halo 2 installed, so you can drag the maps in there and play. But proof that this works, you already saw. Actually, I don't need to open it, that's something else. But that's pretty much it. You know that you have the game now, so you can go ahead and tell your friends about this, and you can play too. Multiplayer's up. You can also start LAN parties if you want to, and multiplayer games, I believe you need like to set port forwarding and or also use like a tunneling service. I'm not actually sure, but that's pretty much it for this. Be checking out for another video where I will show you how to get Halo 2. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.